Just a quick midweek video this week, just to kind of keep the momentum going and the thinking going. Overall, there have been some opportunities this week, but I've actually been waiting for the FOMC statement to kind of come out on Wednesday. So kind of my time horizon, I want to go longer than 2 or 3 days potentially. So I've been seeing those out, even though there has been some opportunity. Because what I don't want to happen is not JPM, we'll come back to JPM, but I don't want things that potentially don't have much time to work with. So for that reason, I've not really taken too much this week. So maybe a bit gun shy just before FOMC. And it's something I do need to work on, sometimes being a bit gun shy for events, because there are opportunities there to take, right? It's not like there's a lack of them. RDGT is like maybe a good example. We're looking at, thinking about it over Friday, Monday, but this was nice, right? Kind of potentially goes in here, kind of gets tested a little bit, bounces off the EMA. It's a nice trade. Okay, that would have been pretty good. Tesla, another one. I think that's done relatively okay, but again, Friday, get the retest, and now it's going off. So could go along with that now, right? The RVOL is looking good. The price action is looking good. It has a degree of relative strength, so it has a little way to go as well. So it might go along with Tesla, but what I'm waiting on is that market event this week. Pete from Option had a really good video about is this a potential setup for a kind of sell the news kind of event, and everyone's expecting to kind of bounce off and go to the races. So just being a bit wary of that, really, because we're kind of just consolidating at this point around the all-time high. So if we're thinking about from a bear perspective what we've seen recently, yes, overall we're still bullish, of course, but just to be a bit wary of that event. So that's why I'm not taking on anything new. I think that's where my mindset is coming in, of why take anything new here and try to swing over the event. Best just wait till tomorrow and then carry on trading after that. So yeah, the other lesson I just wanted to kind of remind myself of is the importance of stops and taking profits and those sorts of bits. So yeah, I've been in JPM. I've liked JPM. I found it doing all right, but thankfully, let's have a look at JPM. I luckily, so Google was a very small loss, but I actually exited JPM today because the FOMC statement, it was kind of nearing, so I was a little bit just being like, there's not that much further to go before my profit target. It was close, so it got to 318. So if we just jump into the 5-minute, it got to the 318. Let me get rid of all this stuff over here. But it kind of got up to this level, which was this kind of previous high here. Just saw that it got punched down and then punched out, and I was like, there's kind of got through here twice. Is it going to get up there after for the rest of today an FOMC statement? I was like, probably not. Considering the stock had already gone pretty long way at that point already. And again, just because something is consolidating pulling back doesn't mean it's weak. But I just made the decision. I thought I'm just going to exit here because of that timing. FOMC is tomorrow. This stock is going to be really sensitive to that decision potentially. And even though I liked the potential of, I think I talked in my video on Sunday, I liked that potential on XLF to potentially be that sector for stuff to rotate into. We get a nice breakout potentially, but I think what I didn't acknowledge in that video, but even though I was thinking it was, but we have to be careful, right? That might not happen. We have to think about that. So we're near the kind of all-time highs for XLF, strong resistance here, and it hasn't shown us the amazing strength that we want yet. Hasn't have that kind of XLV breakout where we can be like, it's broken out of this compression range. All right, let's go. This is good. It's broken out. It's consolidated. It's held it. We're good to go. XLV hasn't done that yet. We're looking for it, but it hasn't done it yet. So really important to keep that in mind. So yeah, I was hoping JPM would get to this kind of target before the statement on Wednesday from the Fed, but it did not, and it got fortuitous timing, really. I didn't know this was going to happen, but this was news related. Just expenses outlook. It's just got whacked down by news, basically, has driven it down. But this is a great reminder of why moving stops up is really just so important, because you just never know. You never know what's going to happen. So again, we were long. What were we long? 308, and then added a bit as well. So yeah, I don't want to look how we've gone from a potential winner to a potential dog of a loser. So yeah, I moved my stop up to this point. So being like either way, and I think the average on here is a bit skewed, to be honest. I think it's a bit 311. I think is the actual average. I had to manually type this in because it didn't pull through. But it's moving the stop up from here to here was great because it would have saved me, right? It would have saved me from this, and it would be stopped out for a smaller profit than what I expect, but it's turned a potential. Well, I would have been a winner into a dog of a loser, really. So just fortuitous that I was able to exit at that point. Didn't know that was going to happen, of course. Kind of big sell the event news, but it did. And yeah, it's just a good reminder of why stops are really important for me, because I was not at my desk at the time. I sold here because I was at work at the time, saw it and thought, yeah, this is a good spot to end. It's a double top here. Not double top, but kind of triple across the board. Not seeing it kind of, maybe it'll break through, maybe it won't, but I'm happy to take the profit there of what I've done. And I was right to, because not over that, it rolled over and then it got absolutely smashed by news. Could have bounced back, of course. Could have had a nice bounce off VWAP and then back up, but so close to the FOMC statement, why bother? And then get smashed by that news. So just a quick video for midweek, and tomorrow I'll be just looking for the FOMC statement. What happens with the S&P 500? Seems like we're kind of in wait and see mode a little bit today and tomorrow, just kind of in this range bound. So the statement will come out tomorrow, but I think it might take a while, that reaction. So I won't be trading anything after that. I'll be looking at stuff potentially, but be wary of seeing what the reaction on Thursday, a day after that, and the news kind of settles. What do people think? So that's the game plan. Getting back into trading a bit more, a little bit gun shy on a couple of things. Could have taken some more options this week. Because if I just go back to what I've added to my hit list, all options potentially could take that have actually done all right, to be honest. Pretty much, not all of them, but there were trades here, right? Maybe not VRT. GPM got smushed, but MU was one that kind of sailed by. We talked about that one. So there's been moves in here like a day, 2 days. RDDT would have been my favorite one if I would have taken that. So it's just getting some of that confidence back. But that's just a midweek video, just quickly update where we're up to and what we're waiting for.